The 2024 title race in the Brazilian League is getting more and more exciting. The championship is halfway done, and this year we've got well-matched teams fighting for the title. But in the end, only one team will survive this amazing competition. So, who is going to win? Watch this video until the end to find out. Just like last year, Botafogo is on top of the table at the halfway point. In 2023, they spent a lot of time in first place but ended up losing the title. This year though, Botafogo looks like a different team. The club has bounced back from last year's off-season and is now showing off some solid, quality football, something we didn't see from them 2 years ago. This season, the Rio club boosted its squad by bringing in big names like Luis Henrique, Igor Jesus, Alan, and Thiago Almada, who is currently playing for the Argentine team at the Paris Olympics and is expected to join Botafogo after the games. But that's not all. Along with the new signings, the club is also getting impressive results from players who've been with the squad since last year, like Júnior Santos. Even though he's been injured recently, he is still the club's top scorer this year, with 18 goals in 41 games in 2024. Botafogo has scored in every game they've played in the championship so far, making them the first Brazilian club to do this in the current format. It really highlights the quality and efficiency of their squad. The Glorioso team, besides the Brazilian Championship, has 2 more competitions coming up. First, they will take on Sport Clube Bahia in the Copa do Brasil. Then, they will face Palmeiras in the Copa Libertadores. The club finishes the first round of the championship with 40 points, thanks to a 2-2 draw with São Paulo. This result keeps Alvinegro unbeaten in their last 8 games and still at the top of the table for now. Depending on how the next games turns out, Botafogo could either stand its lead over second-placed Flamengo or lose it.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Champions in 2019 and 2020, the team led by Tite, the former Brazil national team coach, is now in second place on the championship table. Despite a tough season in 2023, Flamengo is still considered one of the top favorites for this year's Brasileirão title. The club has the top scorer of the competition so far and one of the best attacks in the league. Pedro has already scored 9 goals for Flamengo. Clube de Regatas do Flamengo kept most of last season's squad and also boosted their lineup with big signings like De La Cruz and Matias Vinha. Even with some inconsistent performances recently, Flamengo is still in the race for the Brazilian Championship title. A lot of this is thanks to the team's persistence in the first round. In 6 matches, Flamengo kept pushing and saw the results. Of the 37 points they've picked up in 18 games, 11 came from 6 goals scored after the 48th minute of the second half, which accounts for 29.7% of their total points. Flamengo is about to face Palmeiras in the Copa do Brasil and will go up against Bolívar in the Copa Libertadores next month. Both tournaments are key for the club and the outcomes could influence the overall performance in the Brazilian Championship. Palmeiras is surely one of the top favorites for the title. As the current 2-time champion of the Brazilian League, the club has been shining both in Brazil and in international competitions. Since Portuguese coach Abel Ferreira arrived, Palmeiras has not only claimed 2 first division titles, but also won the Copa Libertadores twice in 2020 and 2021, the Recopa Sul-Americana in 2022 and the Copa do Brasil in 2020. For the 2024 season, coach Abel Ferreira still has a strong squad, which is crucial with the team also competing in the Copa Libertadores and the Copa do Brasil. Young striker Estevão, who stepped up after Endrick moved to Real Madrid, has been looking really promising. But Palmeiras' biggest new hope this season is Felipe Anderson, who just joined from Lazio. He is set to take the team to the next level and won't take long to become one of the top players in Brazilian and South American football. Felipe Anderson will be crucial for Palmeiras. Currently in third place in the championship, Palmeiras leads in finishes with an average of 17.8 finishes per match and a total of 321 in the Brasileirão. To close the top 4 list, we have Fortaleza Esporte Clube. With 33 points, the club is having a solid season and they are in a good position to secure a spot in the next season's Libertadores. With a 5-game unbeaten streak, the Lion matched their best first round performance in the top division, which they originally set in 2021. The club also has one of the best attacks in the championship so far. Lucero, the top striker, is currently the second leading scorer in the league with 8 goals, just behind Pedro from Flamengo. Of the top 4 clubs, Fortaleza Esporte Clube is the only one that didn't make it to the next stage of the Copa do Brasil, getting knocked out by Vasco da Gama. But they are still in the Copa Sul-Americana and will face Clube Atlético Rosário Central in the round of 16. Fortaleza has really stood out thanks to the great work of their coach Juan Pablo Voivoda. Since we arrived, Voivoda has taken the team to the next level, turning them into a strong presence in Brazilian football's top tier. Cruzeiro keeps surprising everyone by showing it can reinvent itself and compete with the top teams in the Brasileirão. That team remains unbeaten at home and has already exceeded its points goal for the first round of the championship. Let's not forget that not too long ago the team was in the second division, but Ronaldo came in and brought new hope to the club. This year, Ronaldo sold 90% of his shares in the club to Brazilian businessman Pedro Lourenço, who's now the new owner of Cruzeiro. The new Cruzeiro management has promised to invest money into the team by the end of the year so they can keep pushing for top spots in the league. Plus, the club is in the Copa Sul-Americana and will be taking on Boca Juniors next month. São Paulo, coached by Luiz Zubeldia and featuring great players like Jonathan Caleri, Lucas Moura and Luciano, has been performing well in the Brazilian Championship. They might climb even higher as the season goes on. The Tricolor Paulista is chasing its 70th title after 16 years. São Paulo's got 2 big games coming up, one in the Copa do Brasil against Goiás and another in the Copa Libertadores against Clube Nacional. So here is the breakdown. For now, Botafogo is leading the table halfway through the season. Flamengo is holding strong with Pedro as the league's top scorer. Palmeiras is expecting big things from new signing Felipe Anderson. Fortaleza Esporte Clube is making its mark in the elite of Brazilian football, and Cruzeiro and São Paulo are both aiming to crack the top 4. Like I said in the beginning, this year we've got well-matched teams fighting for the title, but in the end only one team will win. In my opinion, Palmeiras will win the Brazilian Championship again this year. Here's why. Even though other teams have made some major signings, Palmeiras has something those teams don't. They have a strong mindset both on and off the field, and they know how to bounce back from setbacks and turn them into victories. So I do believe that Abel Ferreira's successful run isn't going to end this season. But now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will win this year's championship? Leave your comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Do you want to know more about the Brasileirão 2024 clubs? Check out this video. See you there!